Next one we're going to go through is our sort of push-pull and the different sort of tools that are there for that. I'm just going to clean some of this stuff up so I've got some new things to work with. So I'm going to create a new rectangular prism. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'll spin it around like so. So the push-pull tool, we're already sort of familiar from the first video, so you can push and pull different surfaces. As you can see, this one, pull them out, push them forward. Curved surfaces, you can't though. You can't push-pull on a smooth surface like these. That is one of the limitations of the program though. But for any sort of flat surface, you can definitely push-pull through. Next one is the Follow Me tool. So I need to do something for that. I need to design something. So what I'm going to draw here is I am going to draw my blue axis, so it's going upwards. Green axis, back down on blue, across on green, and I'll clean that up there. So I've got my square, it's facing upwards, you can see that there. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to draw a line from that. So I'm going to draw a line out from it on face. So I'll pull this outwards. So I'm on the red axis. So I can pull that out there. And what I might do is I might also put in a 2-point arc there as well. So I might pull this around. It's about there. What the Follow Me tool does is I can pull this around. This is also how we can make a dome. I might go through that figure eight a bit later. So I can pull this out. Hold on. So I pulled out, did it follow the curve around? It did for me yesterday, but maybe not today. Let me try this again. So it pulls out based on the line that's coming from it. I might just try with the line from the 2-point arc to begin with. Let's try again. Yeah, this one might not be working exactly how I wanted it to. I'll pull this out, I can pull it over here. I think it works. There we go. I can pull that along like that. Oh, disappeared now. Go back. The whole idea is it can be pulled along using a line, effectively, from the surface. I did the other day where it went around on like an angle or an arch. I might try that again later on though. But that gives you an idea for that. The other tool that I really like using is the offset tool, which is the third one here. This one, you might not use that one, the Follow Me, but depending on what you're trying to do. It can be really useful or it can be not as important. The offset tool, I really like. What it does, it creates, generates the same shape of surface and you can leave it inside, but you can also pull it outward. So if I pull it out, like so almost like I've created sort of like a balcony or a roofing over the top of it. And go back. But what I can also do here is I can also sort of hollow it out too. So if I do out, so, and what I can do using the push-pull tool then, I can then pull it upwards, I can drag it down, however I want to approach that. Really useful tool, I think. If I just kept on doing this, I could then just effectively just create a pyramid, really. I'll demonstrate that. I can drop that down. I'll go over to the cylinder over here. Well, I'll see how we can go on this sort of surface as well. So I'll do the offset. So it picks up from here. So it picks up curved surfaces as well. and I can push that down if I wanted to. And so that becomes a hollow surface, or hollow shape anyway. So that's that tool here. We're not going to go through this. This is only available for the more upgraded versions. The move tool, as I've sort of stated before, you can move a surface, but obviously that's going to pull the rest of it out. If you want to move an entire object, you would then do the select tool, and then you would then do move. Okay. We've also got rotate. Again, so I can pull out from the surface and pull that around how I want to. This one's obviously got a bit out because I've only selected part of it, not all of it. So there's a bit of it that's been left behind. But there we go. That's the rotate, and then I've got the scale where I can make what I've selected bigger or smaller. So that's attached there. I'll just go back. What I'm going to do is I will just try and select this structure here. Not quite working for me. Let me just rotate around. Make sure to get all of it, but it's still getting that. That's okay. I'll just select all of it. There we go. And then what I can also then do here is, if I just go here to a scale tool, I can bring that down and make that bigger and smaller depending on what is selected as well. What you do is you grab these, you can pull this down, you can pull it up, make it smaller. You can then bring it down to sense of scale. Different ways you can then approach that as well with the scale tool. That's about it. We've also got the measurements and the diameter. I might go through that a little bit. So the whole idea is what you can do here is with the diameter tool, which is the second one here, you can then select the surface area. So from there to there, it says what it is. And it gives you an idea of how big the surface is. I can pull that out as well. So I'm able to punch in those diameters. So that's like it's less than a meter. So it's like 60 centimeters or so. Let me zoom out again. So I'll select this. So it gives you can build out these lines as well and gives a sense of that. So it's not 1.94 meters, 194 centimeters. So that would be the sort of end sort of thing that you would use to then demonstrate your sort of diameters with that as well. That's more of a presentation at the end. Okay, I'm going to stop that there before I go on too long, and I'll go on to the last tools on the right hand side.